Well, Webflow might seem limiting until you understand the power of conditional logic. You see, built into Webflow is a powerful system that allows you to hide and show elements. And these are not just elements that you don't want people to see, but these are elements that you can use to target people with information that will be more valuable for them to read and more valuable for their business. So, for instance, I have on my blog posts a sidebar, and this sidebar has a general CTA that is encouraging people to work with me. But on certain blog posts, I have the ability using conditional logic to be able to change that message to something that might be more interesting to that reader, something that goes along with that blog post. And I'm doing that with the power of conditional logic. And so I'm going to show you how to do that in today's video. So let's jump into the computer and check things out. Okay, so here we are on the computer, and I want to show you what I'm talking about. Now, this is the ad that I would have on my different blog posts, and if I go over here to another blog post in my collection, you're going to notice that this is the default one, and that other ad disappeared. So let me show you how that actually works. What I have set up here is I have two ads, and this is what you would do. You would just come in, you would create your ad that you want on your sidebar, and then you're going to duplicate it. And that's exactly what I've done here. So let me remove the conditional visibility on that one, and let me remove the conditional visibility on this one. And you're going to notice that there's not an ad there. So let's go over to one of these that I actually have an ad on so that you can see the content. So here we go. We have an ad selected for this one, and we have our default one. We've removed our conditional visibility, so you no longer see that. So let me just show you how this is being powered. If we hop over to the CMS, what you're actually going to do is you're going to create a reference collection. I've created a reference collection called blog ads, and inside of this collection, I have put in a number of things. And this is really just going to depend on whatever it is that you are wanting to showcase on your sidebar. For me, I've just named it, and this is just the name of it, so I know exactly what the ad is, and that way I can select it from the dropdown that I'm going to show you in a moment. I have a link, I've got a background image, I have a toggle that is going to turn off this text right here, which is the heading. I have my button text, and I have my subtext, and this subtext keeps messing up on me for whatever reason. It should say the quiz takes 5 minutes. The next thing that you want to see is the blog posts and how this is actually working. You're going to notice that I have a blog ads category inside of here, and all it is a reference collection. I'm just referencing my blog ads. So if you click on that, I only have one ad right now, but you could go in here and choose from whichever ad it is that you wanted to showcase on that particular blog, which could be targeted based on the content of that blog post. So if I go back, you're going to notice that I do have that here, and here's the text that's showing up. How do we set this up? Well, we're going to use our conditional visibility. Click on the top one, which is going to be our default. You may be in the styles panel, so you want to click on settings. You're going to come down to conditional visibility. You're going to click the plus button, and you're going to scroll down to that reference collection. Now, in this instance, we want to hide or show the entire reference collection, which is going to be the blog ad. So we want to click on the top level. And we're going to get a number of options here. And if you notice, it says element is visible when. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to tell this condition when the element should be visible. We're on the default at the moment. And so we want to say the element is visible when blog ads is not set. So when there is not a blog ad that has been chosen, we want to show the default. I'm going to click on this. And as soon as I click save, you're going to notice that the default disappears. And that's because on this particular blog post, I do have a blog ad set. Now, what we want to do is if I go over to, say, another one of these where a blog ad is not set, you're going to notice that the default shows. Now, nothing's going to show here because I don't have a blog ad set, so it has no content to pull into that particular ad, but it gives us an opportunity to now look at the reverse. So here is our ad. We want to click on that on the left sidebar. Go over here to settings, conditions. You're going to scroll down to your actual blog ad reference. Click on that. Now, in this case, we want to say element is visible when the blog ad is set. So whenever you've chosen an ad on that particular post, click set, save. We're going to notice that this disappears because there's not a one showing on this post. But if we go back to the post where one is showing, we're going to notice that we have our actual ad showing here, and the default has been removed. So that's the way that you can use conditional visibility to hide or show ads on your website. Now, the other thing you're going to notice in this is I have this toggle that says the CTA off. If I click on that, I click publish, I go back over to our ad, that CTA disappears. This is a way that you can hide and show different elements on the actual ad. So let me show you that. If we go in and we click down to the actual CTA, it's right here is my blog add CTA, and I have a condition that is set. So let me remove that condition and just show you how to do that. We're going to click plus, we're going to go to name, and in this case, we're not going to click on the actual blog ads reference, but we're going to find this particular portion that we want to turn off. And we want to use this switch. So the CTA text off, and this is the switch. This is the switch is in the back, the toggle. So we're going to click on this and we're going to say element is visible when CTA text off is off. So we're going to click save, and this is going to disappear. What that means is whenever the switch is turned off, this is going to be on by default. Whenever you turn on the switch, well, then that CTA is going to disappear. So if we go back over here, you're going to see this is on. So now the CTA doesn't show. If I turn this off, click publish, come back over, you're going to notice that our CTA shows back up. Now you could do the same thing, say for this quiz subtext down here. You could create another toggle. So maybe we want to do that. We want the option to not have this set sometimes. So we could go over to this post, and we would need to then go into the settings. We're going to add a field. We're going to add a toggle, and we're going to say subtext off. And this is going to be our switch. I'm going to move this up underneath this one. I'm going to click save. Now what I can do is I can go back to this collection. I can turn the subtext off, click publish, come to our CMS, and now we need to make sure that we set some conditions here. So the same thing that we did on the other, go name, we can come down to our blog ads, and we want to grab that subtext switch. Switch element is visible when the subtext off is off. We're going to click save, and we're going to notice that it disappears. That's because we turned the switch on. So if we go back over, and we're going to see that this is on, right? So now that disappeared. If we turn it off so that it will show, we can hit publish, go back over to our CMS, and we're going to notice that it shows back up. So that's why you can hide and show different pieces or different elements on your actual ad. So what this does is it gives you the power to create targeted content with one template in Webflow using conditional visibility to hide or show that content based on the target audience that you have. So in this case, maybe I'm going to write a blog post that is more centered around SEO, or maybe I'm going to do a video that's more centered around SEO. And so I want to have an ad that is going to target that person who has come to my website in order to view a blog post or watch a video and read a blog post that is based on SEO. And I want to target them with this particular ad that is going to say, hey, is your site ready to rank? In other instances, somebody just comes to my thing and, there's not really something here that I want to target them with, but I want to target them with book a strategy call with me. So they're going to read this. They're going to know that I'm an expert with this particular technology. And now they want to book a strategy call with me in order to get some information and begin to work together. So that's how we can use conditional visibility to hide or show different elements, target different people with different ads in order to be able to hopefully grow our business and increase the leads that we get through our website. If you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up, share it with other people. And if you want me to make other videos and other topics, just comment down below what topic you are interested in, and I will try to make a video for that. Until next time.